This is the toughest fitness race in the world. 8 intense endurance and strength-based stations, 8 kilometers of running. This is High Rocks, and I only had 3 weeks to prepare for it.
I'm here at Expo Hall 4, and this is going to be my very first High Rocks race. I only had like 2.5 weeks to prep for this, so I don't know how I'm going to do.
It did not go well, and with that, the race started. I took part in the High Rocks doubles, and how High Rocks works is that at each stage of the race, there will be a 1 kilometer run followed by an endurance or strength-based station. As part of the doubles, we will be allowed to take turns with a partner during the stations to allow the other party to rest. And because this was our first ever High Rocks doubles race, we wanted to set certain goals.
As for my goal for this race, me and my partner have decided that we're going to try and hit 10 minutes per station. So that is about 1 hour and 20 minutes in total, and with a 10-minute buffer.
I'm Yicheng, I'm Dargo's partner. A minute 30, we got this.
A minute 30?
I mean, an hour 30.
Easy lah. I mean, how hard could this be, right? It's just running and doing some stuff only.
With it.
After a quick 1 kilometer run, we reached the ski ergs. As part of the game plan, this was where I had to pull a bit more weight.
I'm really scared of skiers, so I'm gonna leave that to you.
Obstacles that I'm more confident in, the ones that require my lat muscles, ski ergs, rowers, the farmer's carry. I think I'm gonna do quite okay on those.
Fortunately, my back and lats are massive. I mean, look at that power and form. So we cleared this station in no time. But it wasn't long before it was time for one of the iconic stations. And this was where things started to go downhill, because next was the Slat Push. And for the men's doubles, we had to push 152 kilograms for a total of 50 meters.
The obstacles that I'm scared of are the leg one. My legs are weak as hell. I did not even get an operation for my injured knee, so technically it's supposed to be injured.
I think I'll do okay at Sled Push, farmers. The rest, we'll have to see.
This was one station that you had to get right, because it could have a huge impact on the rest of the race. Do it too quickly and you might tire your legs out for the rest of the runs and stations. Do it too slowly and you lose momentum and energy because of how stop-start the station would be. This was my first time ever doing sled pushes at this weight and on this ground as well. So it did take me a while to nail down the technique. I actually did practice this in the warm-up station before the race, but that was me pushing the sled uncompromised, literally at full energy because I hadn't gone for a run yet. I mean, just look at how sangam my sled was. But as expected, Yicheng did destroy the station. After another grueling round of pushing, we were done. After another 1 km of running, we reached the Sled Pull. Pulled 103 kilograms for a total of 50 meters. Another banger of a station and something that I totally underestimated. Because we weren't strong enough to simply pull the sled, we ended up having to use a lot of our legs instead, hold the rope taut and slowly backtrack until we reach the edge of our zone. Rinse and repeat until 50 meters is done. This one really did gas out our legs, and after completion, our heart rates were already spiking and we weren't looking forward to the run ahead.
And honestly, right, the thing that I'm most afraid of is the running, because I can't even remember the last time I ran for like 5 kilometers. This is 8 kilometers of running, 8 obstacles, and I think this is going to be tougher than Spartan race, man. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Turns out only having 3 weeks to build up your cardiovascular endurance is not the best idea. Especially so because the next station was 80 meters burpee broad jumps. Form didn't matter much here, but it was still tiring nonetheless. I initially thought that I could use the station to recover a bit, but hot damn was I wrong. At this stage, we already had to walk during the run because our heart rate hadn't even recovered from the station before. And after lots of pain and suffering, we completed the burpees. I was slightly encouraged at this point because we had completed half the race, and the later stations were considered slightly easier. And after our 5th run, it was time for 1000 meters of rowing. Prior to this, both of us didn't even try a full simulation of High Rocks, which was what most people would have done to prepare for the race. So all things considered, we were already at a stage more intense than any prep work we had ever done. The rowers weren't too bad, and this was where we managed to catch our breath a little. As we were on our next run, that was when I suddenly caught a glimpse of my cousin and his partner, and I was like, crap.
So apparently my cousin is also doing the High Rocks doubles later. He's starting 20 minutes later and he wants to catch up with us. So our secondary goal, he does not catch up with us unless he completes it in like less than 1 hour.
That's like pro level. Or we go too slow.
Like,
we completely miss our target.
We reached the 200 meters farmer's carry, and at this point we weren't even close to hitting our primary goal, but for our pride, we had to at least finish before my cousin. For this station, we had to carry 2 kettlebells of 24 kilograms each for a total of 200 meters. This one wasn't too bad, and we were almost sprinting through it. At this point, I was honestly still going pretty strong, but Yicheng was internally regretting heading to the club 2 nights prior. With no time to spare, we completed another 1 km run before reaching the sandbag lunges. For the men's doubles, we had to carry 20 kilograms for 100 meters. And I just want to say the sandbags were really nasty because it's been drenched in sweat from hundreds of competitors before this. Normally, this station would have been okay, but at this stage, my quads and glutes were burning harder than the aftermath of my ass after a double McSpicy meal and samyang noodles. The legs were cramping and the Red Bull was wearing off. Thank God I did doubles because these are the instances where you get your partner to share the load with you. And with impeccable teamwork, we managed to complete complete the station. Eventually, after cramping through our last round of running, we made it to the final station, but also the one we've been dreading the most: 100 wall balls. We did not get off to a good start. As part of the wall balls, we had to hit a target, and for the men's in particular, the higher one. Now this was my second time doing the wall balls, and I kept missing the target. Hearing no count from the judge brought me PTSD that I got from the IPPT machine, refusing to count my push-ups in the years before. Even worse, Nicholas and Herman just reached the wall ball station too, and were hot on our heels. It was on. Surprisingly, after I started to get the hang of the technique, the wall balls started to become like clockwork. With my squat form in check and throwing technique improving, it was now time for the adrenaline to do its work. And not before long, I completed the final wall ball and we completed the High Rocks Doubles race. After the race, we signed up to get a complimentary massage session, and my gosh, was it so painful but good. I don't think I've ever had my calves so tight after a race before. But how did we actually do for the race?
How do you feel about that, bro?
Don't remember a lot of it.
Duration is something that we can work on. Our official timing is about 1 hour and 43 minutes. With a grand total timing of 1 hour and 43 minutes, our position was well over 400. So I'm pretty sure we were one of the slowest pairs out there.
So we missed the average and we missed the 10-minute buffer, and we added an extra 10-minute buffer inside.
So that was a whole 100 minutes.
I was telling y'all about my cousin Nicholas before, right? Once we were done with the wall balls, right? A team came after us, and then the next team was Nicholas's team.
Yep.
So
They were a whole 20 minutes faster.
yeah, but that means we still finished earlier than them. Secondary goal achieved. We might not have hit the primary, but secondary got it done.
There are positives.
Okay, my final thoughts. Not too bad lah. Actually, I survived quite well. High Rocks feels a lot more like an 8 km run with some obstacles in between to mess up your heart rate. If you want to become faster, just run faster. Wow. I guess that's it for the video. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok over here at Dargoyaki. Okay, got it. I'm done.